So there are a lot of people who really inspired me over the years. Of course, there's my parents. You know, my mom and my dad. They're awesome. They went to University of Illinois in the '60s in a very hot time, and you know, my they would tell me all of these crazy stories about things that would happen. For instance, my dad told me about this professor. He was a political science major, and there's this professor who basically said that none of the black students in the class were going to get A's. None of them were going to do well enough to pass. Um, so my dad, being the person that he is, the outlaw that he is, decided that he was going to go and switch the class from graded to pass fail. So at the end of the semester, when the professor came up to him and said, like, looks like you got a D in the class, my dad was like, well, I still passed. And you know, like things like that my parents would tell me, you know, really showed me that even when, you know, the deck is stacked against you, you can still find ways to make things happen and to be successful. And then, you know, beyond my parents, both my mom and my dad had amazing impacts, but there was one teacher in particular who had a huge impact on me. And I was actually going to switch out of her class because she was known as being the really difficult teacher. Her name is Miss Armstrong, and she was my fifth grade teacher at Clissold Elementary School in Chicago. And she used to give me these books by all of these different people, by Ben Carson, by um, I don't even remember who, W.E.B. Du Bois, all of these like big thinkers, and she would force me to write book reports on the stuff that I read. And at the time, I felt like it was punishment. Like, why didn't any of the other students have to participate in this? Why am I the only person who has to write three extra book reports, you know, per semester? And looking back, you know, it was that exposure that she had given me to all of these ideas and all of these people and to this process of going above and beyond that really turned me into the person that I am today. And without her, I don't know where I'd be. So, Miss Armstrong, thanks.